Hello friends of Middle Earth, yet another game. As I've said before, HitMachine just wants game after game after game. So here we are once again. We've got elves for HitMachine, dwarfs for Ecthelion. We've got, for the first time, Benito being on the bottom spot, HitMachine being at the top. I don't know whether either of these guys have a preference. My preference is always to play at the bottom spot. I know other players have a preference for the top spot, but I think Benito is saying, is this going to be the last one? Is this going to be the last one? Perhaps it will be. So Benito going for the two mine shafts this time, as opposed to the one. Perhaps he realised he made a mistake last time. You can't really go. You can't really go. It's not a good start to go one mine shaft, one hall of warriors on this this map. It's at least two. It looks like Benito's gone three. The elf HitMachine sending his elf builder up to have a look what his opponent was. He's seen that he's a dwarf, so now that he knows, so it is gonna be for HitMachine. He's gone one Malon tree, one barracks, and into an expensive 400 sword Lorian warrior unit, which is quite a bad start for your economy for dwarf. But if you can do enough damage here, it pays off. But if your first attack doesn't go well, then always rebuild. Benito's gone for the rebuild, but I still reckon he could have taken that actually. But maybe not. Maybe he's done the right thing by backing off and actually fighting the. Well, I'm surprised at that. Even with the rally call, these Lorians are still, still lost a lot. They didn't cut through them like butter. Let's put it like that, did they? I mean, they did enough damage, but they didn't cut through them entirely. I don't think anyone seems to be fans of Lord of the Rings, that they're more supportive of dwarfs than the elves. They seem to take the side of the dwarfs, so maybe they're happy to see that. So we've got two units in the mineshaft, but I think one of those units was okay, so no, those must be two full health battalions in there, and the Gondor warrior, not the Gondor, the Guardians that only had, say, two men left. Benito's done something clever. He's paid for banners on them, and they'll actually regenerate. So he'll have a banner carrier and a charge attack with that unit once it's recharged up. Benito going for the wagons. Once the wagons against elves are extremely effective, really. I think when I play this matchup, I seem to get absolutely chopped to pieces by the elven, by the Lorien archers, chopped to pieces. End up trying to chase them down, and it not working out for me. So 4 Malon trees for HitMachine. A second Lorien warrior must have been purchased. Benito managing to save this farm, but this unit going around the back will most likely chop it up. Okay, a wagon now out for Benito. He's going for a second wagon as well.
We bring spears from Midland.
In terms of hit points, in terms of power points, HitMachine is slightly ahead. Command points 400 each, so they've got the same number of resource, well, farms you would call them. Benito forgetting that this is 1.06, you know, getting axe throwers. He fancies a bit of axe thrower action, not Men of Dale on the battle wagons, which is quite silly. You know, on 1.06 people just simply make the axe throwers. No, make the Men of Dale. They do not make the axe throwers. He's going for the Men of Dale on this battle wagon. Almost losing a builder there. I mean, these things are like you know, machine guns, really. He must have taken out the pike unit before completely terrorizing and running over all of those elven units. I've heard battle wagons described as Legolas's on wheels. I think I've heard them called. I think that was Mr. Scarecrow who gave. No, it was Coptic who said they're basically Legolas's on wheels. Has to be careful of the pikes, of course. Needs to get this into Porcupine really to boost its armor. There we go. There it's in Porcupine now. Benito using that banner carrier that he paid for. It has been purchased. Out comes Haldir. If these wagons come into this fortress, they're going to run over these elves. Something terrible. Haldir off to go and take the battle wagons. I reckon he should have gone after the lower health wagon. You may as well get off the get after the one that's already, low health. Lost his well, it would seem, also. So I don't know what Benito maybe is waiting for his waiting for glowing, perhaps. Now Legolas is usually the counter for wagons from the elf. Oh, getting a nice. Will he get an arrow? Will he get an arrow off on that weaker one? I think they've just got away by the skin of their teeth. If Benito gets 5-point powers, he'll most likely buy the heal spell and heal those wagons up. HitMachine buying another well. Mirror of Galadriel, if you want to be technical. So that will start to heal one battalion of units. Meanwhile, Benito just letting these banner carriers regenerate as they do. In terms of command points, Benito slightly ahead with more resource buildings. Okay, so he's just gone straight Gimli. He's not even bothered with glowing. You know, and Gimli as a 3k hero, he's gonna be very, it's gonna be a serious problem if Gimli marches down here. I don't think really he's got enough. He just hasn't got enough to really. I mean, it's going to be so hard to deal with Gimli and Rally Corps. It's going to be ridiculously difficult to deal with. So that's one charge being used and not effectively. So that's one, but this second unit just does have. Benito, he does not have rally call, which is interesting, but obviously he's gone for the heal.
The phalanx will bring some order.
Needs to get these guys into Porcupine. The wagons. Oh, he's accidentally sold a bunch of units, which, you know, can happen to the best of us. And there's an out of sync, dear oh dear.